coming up.
Good evening and welcome to Pulaski Community High School for Fox River Classic Conference Wrestling. Tonight's varsity duel features the visiting Pirates from BayPort High School and your hometown Pulaski Red Raiders. At this time, we ask those who are able to please stand, remove your hats and headgear, and join in singing our nation's anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, folks, welcome to this exciting night of wrestling. Pulaski taking on BayPort, this big wrestling rivalry. I'm joined by Terry Manning, wrestler extraordinaire.
I don't know if I'd go that far extraordinaire, but I am happy to be here and excited about this dual meet that we're about to watch here tonight. It should be a good one.
This is going to be a barn burner of a wrestling match.
We're getting ready for the team introductions. Matches will start at 1:45 tonight. And as you can see and hear Mr. Nickerson announcing the lineups. And the gentlemen are meeting in the middle of the mat. Now, I will tell you this, that the lineups that we're seeing, the introductions that we're seeing, might not be at all the same when it comes to who's going to wrestle whom.
Nope.
And this is one match right here
Oh,
that will
my
be
goodness.
interesting.
I am excited for the Tristan Taylor-Jacob Ward matchup if it happens.
If it happens. But you can see that with that, interesting, we've seen that Jacob Ward has wrestled as low as 145 pounds this year. But here he is tonight, being introduced at 160 pounds. And as we see the weigh-in sheets, that's the weight class that he's qualified for tonight. And just so people know, our viewers know, that once a wrestler weighs in, whatever weight class a wrestler qualifies for at weigh-ins, they are eligible for 2 weight classes. The weight class they weighed in for and the next one up. And so that gives coaches some maneuverability with their lineups. And we might see that. In fact, I would say it's probably a definite that we're going to see that tonight.
At 106 from BayPort, Watkins.
This is another matchup, Mr. Manning, that I think is going to be fantastic to watch. Kapla versus Watkins. They had this matchup in the bi-state, and Watkins got the best of Kapla, but it was a tough one. It came down to a decision.
That's right. It went all the way to overtime, in fact, to the tiebreaker, and Watkins ended up winning, I think it was 2-1. And so that's a barn burner, and I'm sure that Ashton Kapla has his sights set on a win tonight and to reverse that outcome from the bi-state.
And what's interesting about that matchup, too, is that Watkins a freshman, Kapla's a senior. So it's a difference in experience, but not in skill level. These two are very evenly matched in this one.
Well, again, that is an interesting one. It's certainly going to be one of those matches you're going to want to circle on your program for tonight. So as mentioned, here we go on just checking here. BayPort has odd matches and Pulaski has even. This is what we kind of thought. Pulaski did win the toss, and I know that might be a little, oh, wait a second, what goes on with the coin toss for some of our viewers, but what happens is when the captains meet in the middle and they toss the coin, we determine, hey, which team gets to present their wrestler in the odd matches and which team has to present their wrestlers in the even matches. Pulaski won the toss. They took even, which is going to be an important strategic part of this dual meet.
Yes, and especially in that matchup with Ward and possibly Taylor.
Exactly, because with that being an odd match and BayPort has to present first, they have to send Ward to the table first, and so we'll see. Right now, we're going to see Brady Geel taking on Will Nast.
Will Nast, a solid wrestler, took 14th at the Battle of the Bay, but Brady Geel has always been a solid wrestler. Got 3rd at the Marquette Challenge.
Brady's been doing a really nice job this year here in his senior campaign. Just a nice, solid position wrestler, calm, patient, workmanlike. All right, even-keeled. Love the way he goes after things and the way he does business out here on the mat.
And what I like about Brady Geel, too, is he's a great leader on this team. You ask any one of these wrestlers, they'll say he's one of these leaders they look up to.
Brady was close to a takedown there on the edge, but the referee says, nope, off the mat. Fresh start back in the center. It's about 45 seconds expired so far in this bout. Opening bout here. Pulaski versus BayPort, a classic rivalry.
You gotta love it.
Yep. This really is the time to check the clocks and tuck in your socks because here we go.
I like that phrasing, Mr. Manning.
Thanks.
I really like that.
Yeah. Well, you know how those wrestlers, they like to tuck their sweats into their socks, you know. That's the way that works. You got to hold that heat in. All part of that wrestling culture. Brady Geel close to a takedown here, doing a nice job in counter offense. He has a cradle locked up. If he's got his 2-point takedown now. If he takes his time and walks this over, he's going to look at getting back points. He's got 30 seconds to execute something here. If he, again, just needs to take his time, pick up some extra points here. He's got that predicament rolled. There he goes. Now he's getting a count. No, he got one swipe. And we're close to the edge of the mat. He's going to have to reel him back in. He does. Brady Geel working that edge, trying to pull him in. Looking for extra points. He's going to run out of time with 5 seconds left in this opening period. Oh, and we've got 2.6 left. We'll get a fresh start back at the center, but so far so good for Brady Geel.
Taking his time, being patient. That's Brady's play style.
Yep. It's interesting, Connor, sometimes how a person's personality will actually come out in a sport like wrestling and other sports too, but I think you see it often with the sport of wrestling. You know, he's an even-keeled guy, and that works well in this sport, believe me.
And another thing about Brady Geel that we sometimes mention is Brady has a wrestling family.
Oh, yes. It was just a little bit ago. It is alumni night here at PHS, and Brady is close to getting off the mat, getting out and getting his one, but they go off the mat. So, alumni night here at PHS, and there were 3 other members of the Geel family that were recognized. Father Eric, oldest brother Jacob, and then next oldest brother Cole. So yes, a great wrestling family, and just true blue to the sport, and it's just a grassroots thing, right? There he goes, Brady up to his feet, but ends up executing a reversal. So 4-0 right now in favor of Brady Geel over Will Nast. Brady right back at work there, putting good pressure in on top. He's got a cross wrist. He's looking to that cross wrist and near knee, looking for a leg turk. Now he's working. You can see him reaching in there trying to hook that leg. He's got it. Now he comes to the bottom shoulder, and he is close to back points. Pulaski is counting on, I'm sure that the coaching staff, when they looked at this matchup, they were probably looking at bonus points coming from their senior, Brady Geel. Now, he got a couple swipes, but did not hold him there long enough to score any near fall points. Now he comes with that hard cross face, and he's looking for that far side cradle. He is close to getting it locked up. Now he's got to hop sides here in just a second. If he's got it locked, relinquishes the lock, but still has the cross face. Nast back to his knees. Brady's going to have to break him down before he can get anything going here. Needs to get back in the saddle. There he goes, hips behind hips. Oh, needed to get back there in the saddle a little bit, but he was able to break him down and get back in control. There's a moment there where it looked like a little dicey, like he might be coughing something up, but no, he's just fine. Now, Brady comes back to a single leg. 5 seconds left in this second period, and that's the way it's going to end right here with Brady Geel in on that single leg and stays in control. 4-0 at the end of 2 periods.
2 points in each of those quarters there.
Nast has choice. He decides to go neutral, and looks like we've got a little
And it looks like we got a little bit of a blood time.
Yeah, so again, 4-0 as we head into this third period. First bout of the evening in what is sure to be a heck of a dual meet.
Yes, it is. I mean, both these programs just have really good wrestlers every single year. And an interesting thing, you know, going back to that Bi-State Classic, Pulaski, you know, kind of looking for a little revenge in this one, Mr. Manning. Pulaski taking 19th at that Bi-State Classic. BayPort taking 16th.
That's right. You know, Connor, I'll be honest with you. A month ago, if someone would have asked me, you know, how is this dual meet going to play out, I would have said, oh, man, Pulaski is they're off to a great start. BayPort looks like they might be a little down. I would have said it would be a clear win for Pulaski. However, BayPort has kind of gotten things going here in the last few weeks and changed their lineup a little bit, and they're shifting around, and they're making things really interesting. as we get started here in this third period, Nast takes a decent shot on Brady. Brady was close to getting taken down, but comes back to good counter offense position. He's in that baseline defense, and we're going to get a stalemate, right? Neither wrestler could improve their position, so the referee says, let's get back up to our feet here and let's get some action going. And that's where we're at. Nast comes with a hard collar on that right side. Here he comes again, and Brady fighting for head position, hand position as they do a little hand fight here, moving their feet, looking for an opening. Nice little head pull by Brady Geel. Brady's going to need to open things up here. He's only got about a minute, and really Pulaski needs him to score 4 points so that we can get a bonus win here. Looking for a major decision here in this match. Nast doing a nice job of keeping it close. That could very well be the job that his coaches told him he needs to do when he heads out there tonight, is just keep it close and only give up a regular decision, which is 3 team points. Brady close to scoring. He's coming around. Looks like he's got the leg hooked. That should be, no, he does not have the leg. There's 2 points as he comes around behind. Now 6-0. Brady really needs to sneak a couple of back points here to create that opportunity for a major decision. Riding tough, looking for something on that near side. Nast gets his escape. 15 seconds. Nast hits a shot right away. 6-1 the score. Geel fighting it off. Looks like Pulaski is going to have to settle for a regular decision here at 145 pounds. And that is the way it's going to end. Brady Geel, the winner, 6-1 in this opening bout. But you can see from the Pirates, they're actually kind of happy with that decision, all right, with that result, because, hey, Nast only gave up a regular decision.
Yeah, Nast held his ground in that one. Nast only a sophomore, Brady Geel a senior. But like you said, Brady Geel controlled this one from the start.
He really did. He wrestled a nice, solid match. Would have been nice to get some bonus points, but that's where we're at. Let's see what we have and who we have coming up at 152.
On the mat right now at 152, wrestling for BayPort, Carter Calise. For Pulaski, Caden Rabicki.
This should be a solid one too, Mr. Manning.
Whoop. Yes, we've got Caden Rabicki.
Who took 5th at the Marquette Challenge.
Yeah,
did not place at the Bi-State.
Decent showing there.
And then Carter Calise, who got 10th at the Bi-State Classic at that 152 weight.
Carter Calise, just a sophomore. And you pointed this out earlier, Connor, when we were talking kind of pre-match. BayPort's got a young team.
Yes.
Only a couple seniors on that roster.
And honestly, Pulaski does too. They have a little bit more seniors than BayPort, but yeah.
A lot of experience on that Pulaski bench, though. Those kids have been wrestling a long time. You look at people like Ethan Eggert and Connor Noyen. These kids have been wrestling a long time. So we got some action kind of brewing here, though, at 152 as Carter Calise is really trying to mix it up, taking a couple shots. So far in the first minute of this match, Carter Calise is setting the pace and setting the tone. A hard hand fight. There he is, a little level change again. Just a half shot, but just trying to get some action going.
And we might see this neutral position for a while. Both of these.
Oh, there we go. We got things are heating up in the Kessler Fieldhouse.
Heating up here in the Fred Kessley Fieldhouse. But like I was saying, both these wrestlers are pretty evenly matched. Both of them have similar records. Carter Calise is 12-6 on the season, and Caden Rabicki is 11-6.
Yeah. And I would say, as far as the level of competition, there's the warning against Pulaski. And as we said, Carter Calise came out and really kind of started setting the tone early. You can see his first motion, right, off the whistle, his first step is forward. And there he is taking another shot, and head comes up and out. Hips are in. That's going to be a nice, there he gets a takedown. He's close to a near fall, and there he goes. He throws that half Nelson right away and runs it. He's close to a fall. This is something that the Red Raiders were not counting on, but beautifully executed double leg, and he runs out of time. Khalees just runs out of time there. But really a well-executed double leg attack, finishes and sinks the half right away, looking for back points, and really that's the way you kind of draw it up for a kid. Like, hey, score after a score and keep the pressure on. Nice job by Carter there. Second period starts. It's going to be Rybicki in the down position. Khalees on top. 5-0 the score in favor of Khalees.
A positive to take away for Rybicki there. He did stay alive at the end there.
That's right. He had to fight because that was things were pretty tight there. So nice job by Caden fighting it off. Now looking a little switch. He gets Khalees looks for a little suck back, a little pull back action there, but Caden able to get back to base, and now we're in this hand fight position again. He's got to start. Caden's going to have to start working up a little bit. As soon as you can see Caden's head is down on the mat, he's already been warned for stalling, Connor, so that's not a good scenario. That ref is looking right now, and he sees that head on the mat. There it is. There's the warning, and here comes that stall call. So now it's 6-0 in favor of Khalees, who continues to put the pressure on and set the pace in this bout, which we are halfway through. Close to the edge of the mat. Carter just trying to cover, and they're going to sneak off the mat. Hopefully we'll get a fresh start for Caden Rybicki. We'll see. There it is. All right, 33 seconds left in that second period. Back to center. Again, Caden Rybicki in the bottom position. Khalees has now signaled that he wants to go neutral, and so he's going to cut him, right? He indicates that he wants to go neutral, relinquishes the point. 6-1 the score, and he's, again, notice that off the whistle, Carter Khalees takes his first step forward, and there he is with that double leg shot again. Same thing we saw at the end of that first period, but Caden trying to rip a headlock, doesn't connect, and Khalees scores there right on the edge. 8-1 the score, 10 seconds left here in the second period. Everything going right for Carter Khalees right now. Fresh start with 3.4 left. Looks like Caden is a little shook up there. He might have took a little bonk there as that he came down pretty hard when he was trying to counter out of that double leg by whipping a headlock, trying to find something. And when he kind of slipped off of it, came down pretty hard. So might see a couple of Caden might be seeing a couple of Tweety birds circling his head right now or something like that. I'm not sure, but
Carter Khalees has really controlled this bout so far. And what's really happening too right now, Mr. Manning, is he is really elevating that BayPort bench right now. Yeah,
absolutely. You're absolutely right. And we've seen in this series of dual meets over the years is that a lot of it really does come down to emotion, all right? Mm-hmm. As coaches, you're always thinking, oh, it's technique and it's matchups and it's conditioning, and of course all those things matter. But the rivalry duels, the rivalry matches, it's who is going to get jacked up for it. And I can tell you that that's one thing that the BayPort coaching staff does well is they get their kids ready to wrestle for this particular dual meet. I do think it's interesting, as you pointed out before, both wrestlers, very similar records, but Carter Khalees putting it on the Pulaski wrestler right now, Caden Rybicki.
Yes. Definitely one of Caden Rybicki's biggest challenges so far this season.
Well, Carter Khalees has choice in the third period. Not a shocker here. He's scored from the neutral position twice, and that's where he chooses to go. So here we are, 8-1 the score in this final stanza, and Carter Khalees still coming at him. We need Caden to be circling. There's going to be another warning and a stall call, 9-1. And now Caden has really got to get after it because he's basically 2 stall calls away from being DQ'd from this match. I can't imagine that would happen, but the kind of pace that Carter Calise has set, well, you never know. And there's a little bit area circling in. That's what Caden needs to do right there. If you saw at the end where, all right, his backside was heading toward the edge, but he moved his feet and circled and got his backside pointing to the center of the mat. Right, circle in. And there he goes taking a little shot. That's going to help in the eyes of the ref, right? In the mind of the ref that, well, at least Caden is trying to make something happen. Right now, Carter Calise has a major decision wrapped up. And that shouldn't be a stall call there. It's just the natural flow and the natural action of the bout that took him out of bounds. Caden's got to get after it here. He's got to circle. He's got to control that tie. There, at least, again, taking a little shot helps. But Carter coming around. 11-1 now. 50 seconds left in this bout. Calise electing to stay on top. He's got his major. Now he's just going to start working for maybe a tech or looking for a fall. But it looks like he's going to be pretty content to stay on top and ride. And it would make sense. He probably wouldn't want to let Caden up and have the risk of getting thrown to his back or something like that. So Calise content to stay on top for the last 20 seconds or so of this match. Again, 11-1. He's really just working him over and maintaining control.
An impressive showing for Calise.
Yep. Rybicki just trying to hang in here and stop the bleeding a little bit. Oh, there we go. That's going to be a little bit of an extracurricular. Yeah, that's unsportsmanlike. Came a little, maybe it was a little frustration. I don't know. Couldn't get Caden to open up, so he gave him a little jab there with that crossface. A little too aggressively. Good call by the official to let's keep it professional here, right?
Yes.
5 seconds left in the bout. 11-2 the score. And that's the way it ends. Carter Calise picking up a major. So now the team score goes BayPort 4, Pulaski 3, as they've split the first 2 bouts. Here we are at that 160-pound weight class, and we know that BayPort has to present first, and sure enough, they send Jacob Ward. He's at the table. Who are we going to send?
Ooh.
Here's a move by, this is a move by Pulaski. This is going to make sense. So Jacob Ward stepping out there at 160.
And sent out there for the Red Raiders is Braden Allen.
Yes.
On the mat right now at 160 for BayPort, Jacob Ward.
Now Braden Allen's tough, an offensive lineman for the Red Raiders. Taking on Ward, who is one of the best wrestlers in the state.
Absolutely.
And you can see that there. Ward is coming off of a bi-state win.
Tough tournament. And Ward is close to a fall right there, and no points yet, but look out here. Ward is very comfortable in the upper body, and he pulls Braden back down to his front head and what we used to call the depri. There he's got his takedown. He's close to, yep, there he's looking at near fall points now. And and there we get a little potentially dangerous. Probably picked up, I would think he picked up 2. Yes, there it is. He did get a 2 count, so Jacob Ward leading Braden Allen right now 4-0 with 1:20 left in the first period. But, Connor, the significance here, obviously Jacob Ward, tough wrestler, 6th in the state last year, just coming off a bi-state championship at 145 pounds. We know he's a tough cookie. Pulaski opts to send Braden Allen out to face him, but in that process, save one of their better wrestlers in Tristan Taylor. And so now they can use Tristan in a weight class above. And now Jacob Ward going to town, going to work here on Braden Allen. He's got that headlock wrapped up, and he is reefing on it. So this is a tough spot. All right. Jacob Ward gets the fall in 1:19, but which is not a shocker to anyone here, folks.
No.
Hats off to Braden Allen taking one for his team, right?
Yeah.
He steps out there because in a way, right, in this chess match that goes on between coaches in dual meet wrestling, we have sacrificed one of our players, right, one of our pieces in the game, so that we have this one coming up yet, and he's ready to go, and hopefully we'll score bonus points for the Raiders here. But that fall brings the team score to 10-3 in favor of BayPort.
And that wrestler for the Red Raiders is Tristan Taylor. A good play by the Red Raiders.
All right, so Taylor and Bruckner here at 170 pounds. Taylor working an underhook right away and kind of setting the tone early here in the first 10 seconds, right? Doing a hard hand fight and good motion, good movement. So, and there's Taylor taking a shot.
Taylor's not a wrestler to be messed with, too. Got fourth at the Marquette Challenge. Very experienced wrestler, too.
Yep. And wily. I will tell you, this is a kid that he has some great hips and great kinesthetic sense, and I cannot believe that he did not get a takedown on that one. I am surprised, but that's the way the officials saw it. But so we're still at zeros here at 170 pounds, despite Tristan Taylor taking a nice ankle pick and coming out the back door and looking like he had control, but did not get awarded the points. Taylor does a nice job of fighting off a hard shot there by Bruckner. Again, Taylor really controlling the ties so far in this match. And again, yeah, we're at zero, but controlling the ties, controlling the pace of the bout. Taylor doing a nice job. And Bruckner, too, just hanging in there and looking for an opening. Kind of tries to sneak into a shot. But there, Taylor gets a little snap down, go behind, or actually it was off of Bruckner's shot. Did a little go behind off that shot. So Taylor leading 2-0 with 25 seconds left in this first period. Oh, and Taylor is able to convert on him. He's close to a fall. Taylor getting a count here on the edge of the net. He's putting the pressure on. Bruckner trying to fight it off. It looks like 6 seconds left, and he does get back to his belly. And that's the way that first period's going to end. Whoa, we had some fireworks there, Connor.
You'll have to see it.
Just amazing. And that's the kinesthetic sense and the mat awareness that Tristan Taylor brings to it. It didn't seem like he was anywhere near a position where he could drop someone on his back, but that's the hippiness that Tristan Taylor gives you. It's peculiar. Bruckner has the bottom position, gets an escape right away, and Taylor pretty much relinquishes that one. It wasn't like he was really trying to ride him hard or anything there, and so we're back to neutral here in the second period. 5-1. Bruckner taking another shot. Taylor fighting it off. A little down block. Both wrestlers kind of eyeing each other up to see what's open. Taylor doing a nice job of fighting off that shot and looking for that maybe a little drag go behind, backhand go behind. Minute 20 left here in the second period. Taylor in on a shot now at low single. But even though we tend to say don't hit and sit on a shot, it's strange how, I don't know if Tristan has gorilla grip or something. He's oftentimes when he hits a shot, he'll hit and sit and he'll adjust and score off of that. Again, you wouldn't want your younger wrestlers learning to do that, but sometimes that experience, it works. So Taylor again able to fight off a shot. Is Bruckner driving. There's there on the edge of the mat. I'd say that both of these wrestlers are probably destined for the 152-pound weight class later in the season. Tristan Taylor fighting off. That was a decent shot by Bruckner, but Taylor able to hip in and really close to finding takedown and back points on that one, but nothing doing. No points off the mat. Back to center and neutral. 25 seconds left. Again, there's that shot, and there's Taylor coming around behind. And again, this is kind of an interesting little, there's two. A little bit of spaghetti wrestling there. But again, this is the element that Tristan Taylor gives you, is that positionally you would say, wow, Bruckner's in on a shot. It looks like he's going to be close to scoring. But Tristan is able to swivel his hips, get around behind, throw a leg in, and catch two. So it's now 7-1 heading into the third period. Tristan Taylor on bottom. And with a 6-point lead, you've got to be thinking bonus points for the Red Raiders. You've got to be thinking that. 10-3 the team score. Bonus points would make it 10-7. Every little team point matters in this one. Warning for Pulaski. That's the official not too happy with what Tristan Taylor is doing on bottom, which, well, not a lot right now. I mean, he's just kind of biding his time and waiting for a little pressure to come off so that he can maybe explode, come up. Looking for an opportunity to, a reversal gives us an 8-point difference and gives us a major. Escape and a takedown does it too. But whatever the case, we do need Tristan Taylor to get going to turn the tables in the team score here a little bit, or at least get Pulaski heading back in the right direction. Bruckner looking for that near wrist. Just trying to chip away at something. Off the mat. Fresh start in the center with 35 seconds left in this match. I mentioned before that this is the 170-pound weight class, but if you look at the weigh-in sheet, you can see that these two gentlemen are probably destined to wrestle the 152 class when regionals roll around. And
oh yeah,
and Connor, that's just kind of the way. Again, dual meet wrestling. It's different. It's exciting. There's just these moves and these changes that, as coaches, are looking for the right matchup so that they can gain bonus points and win at least seven matches.
And especially in a big rivalry like this, every
right.
point counts.
Taylor makes it to his feet, but Bruckner does a nice lift and mat return. Raiders really looking for Tristan Taylor to score some points here. He's up to his feet. You can see some life now coming from Tristan Taylor. There he comes around on a switch. He's close. But Bruckner able to get back in control. 5 seconds left. A little flurry of action there was really the hope that he could get a little. That switch is what he needed to try to get on top. But that's the way it ends. 7-1, a regular decision. So 10-6 the team score now. And the teams have split 2 matches to 2. As we come up on 182 pounds, we'll listen in on what announcer Mr. Nickerson has to say about who's going to be heading to the table for each team. I would say so far it's been what we've kind of expected.
You know what? Yes, I was just going to say that, Mr. Manning, you read my mind. 6'10". This is close. Van Evenoven versus Gibbons. Gibbons had an incredible bi-state tournament, taking second at that. Van Evenoven did not place at the bi-state, but has a solid record on the season. He is currently sitting at solid 6-4 on the year.
He's got a winning record. There's Gibby, comes around, he goes front head in the hole, and comes around for 2. You're right, Connor. Trenton Gibbons is just really having a nice season so far. That showing he had at the bi-state tournament, we've already talked about. Jacob Ward won that tournament. It is a tough one. 70 teams at that bad boy, and if you can fight through and place in the top 5 at that thing, that's
that is a mark of a great wrestler.
It really is, and Trenton fought his way to the finals and squared off with one of Wisconsin's best wrestlers in the entire state, Clay Whiting from Oconto Falls. But now Gibby has this double armbar locked up. He's close to running it around. Now he comes back to adjust, tighten it up a little bit. This should be over, Connor. He has this thing locked up. A double armbar is lethal. Oh, one slipped out, but he's still in great position as he goes in this north-south position. Now he comes around, scooping. Life is going to be good here for Trent Gibbons. There's the fall. 1 minute and 34 seconds into the bout. Trenton Gibbons puts the Raiders on top 12-10. That's exactly what the Raiders were looking for out of Trenton Gibbons.
And that's what got him second at the bi-state.
Well, he did a really nice job of coming around on that front headlock. Very effective technique for him. And locked up the double arm bar and lights out. Nice job by Trenton Gibbons.
That was fun to watch, Mr. Manning. Gotta love wrestling.
Here we go at 195.
Wrestling for BayPort, Tucker Zink. For Pulaski, Freeman.
Will Freeman, one of the best offensive linemen on Pulaski's team, was a unanimous first-team all-conference offensive lineman this year. Ed has been having a really solid wrestling season.
Yeah. And he's setting the tone, setting the pace right here. And, you know, Connor, that move that happened at 160 pounds where the Raider coaching staff put Tristan Taylor up to 170, they knew that they really need to make some hay in these weight classes. 170, 182, 195, 220. They needed to get things going. And you sense that. You sense that shift in the momentum. Now, we still got some great bouts coming up in those lower weight classes.
Oh, my goodness.
But this is a matchup that Pulaski was looking for. And as you said, Will setting the tone early and trying to keep his team in the lead here.
12-7 on the season, too.
And we should note that the 195-pound weight class for Pulaski has kind of been wrestled by committee this year so far, because you have Mason Wells and you have Will, and sometimes Trenton Gibbons will sneak up there and wrestle 195. And what the Pulaski coaches will do, wisely so, is they'll look for their best matchups there and put the person out on the mat at the weight class they need to improve their chances of dual meet victory. And so some of Will's matches have been up at 220. I would guess I think he's also wrestled some matches at heavyweight, if I'm not mistaken.
Headgear comes off there.
Again, Will continues to set the pace in this match. Out there controlling ties. We've got to get that headgear figured out. Maybe just
tighten it up.
Tighten it up.
Hey,
tape.
Duct tape always works.
Duct tape is available there on the side. Let's see if Trainer Mel has some duct tape for us.
Mr. Matt, what's your favorite part of watching these heavyweight bouts?
I personally just like to see the hand fight. I really like to see, who's going to come out and take control and figure out their strategy. Are they looking underhook? Are they looking Russian arm tie? Are they looking to front head? Nice job there by Will, staying up on his feet, finding control, getting a little snap down there, pulling him under, and then taking advantage of it, a little go behind. There's so much of the sport comes from that hand fight. There, Will hits a nice hard crossface. He's got that far elbow, and he has crunched him up close to a cradle. No, he's going to have to come back this near side. Zenk doing a nice job fighting it off, but there's Freeman with the old Pulaski snowplow, and he gets a fall.
Will Freeman!
That one came kind of fast. So at 1:31, Will Freeman.
Pulaski starting to get this momentum now.
Yep, he just put the Raiders up 18-10. And again, I just want to stress, folks, that BayPort, as they looked at the lineup, I'm sure that they said to their team, the coaches probably said to their team, hey, we're gonna have to weather a storm up there at 82, 95, 220. Here comes Mason Wells. Right, there's Pulaski has some tough wrestlers up there, these weight classes. But man, so far, Trenton Gibbons getting a fall, Will Freeman getting a fall. There's Mason Wells out there on the mat, sneaking a takedown in the first 7 seconds. Finds a takedown, and I missed it. Connor, did you hear Mr. Nickerson as far as who's out here on the mat for?
For BayPort.
I didn't quite hear it. So.
I didn't quite hear it either. I believe it might be.
You think it's Campbell? I'm not sure.
It might be Campbell.
Mason
yes.
Wells with the takedown, runs an armbar, going to town here on that. Now he's got to float his hips back over the top and not let his pirate opponent belly down. And he is making a good adjustment, small adjustment. This is really close, folks. Mason Wells doing a nice job of just settling in. He's got plenty of time, more than a minute left in the first period, and he has him stacked up. That's going to be a fall. It is at 58 seconds, folks. 58 seconds. Mason Wells picking up the fall. Now Pulaski in the lead, 24-10. Exactly what they needed to do in these weight classes.
That is 3 falls in a row for the Red Raiders. They have definitely turned the tide.
Unfortunately for the Red Raiders, they have used up their studs in the upper weights, and they're going to have to forfeit here. Oh, there's Campbell. It must have been Montgomery at 220. I'm sorry I missed that, folks. But Campbell picks up the forfeit at 285. So 24-16, the team score now. And again, you can see the importance of those falls by Gibbons, Freeman, and Wells. Let's see who BayPort sends to the mat here.
This is the one.
Is this the one we've been waiting
for?
Is this
Watkins, Kapla, rematch.
It is. So just to recap, Connor, you told us at the intro of tonight's broadcast that these two have faced each other before.
Yes, 9-8 in their last bout. Yes, this is going to be one to watch. Like you said, went to overtime in the bi-state too. Kapla taking 7th at that. Watkins taking 6th.
Both wrestlers just kind of getting reacquainted right now in the opening moments of this bout.
And when talking about leaders on this Pulaski varsity wrestling team, Kapla definitely comes to mind.
Absolutely. Kapla real close to scoring. Took a beautiful shot there on the single leg, came around. I like the motion that I'm seeing out of Ashton Kapla tonight. Some of the matches I've watched him, he's kind of a kind of a spider. You know, he likes to lure people into his web, which is that's absolutely fine strategy and great technique. And you can see with that leverage that he has and length that it could be very effective for him. So he did a nice job of attacking that single leg. Now he's back in hard hand fight, gets an underhook, jacking his opponent up. Watkins does a nice job of fighting out of that underhook, and back to center they go.
And what I like about Kapla is you can't outwork him. Kapla,
he is a hard-working kid.
Incredibly hard worker.
Yep. Kapla doing a nice job circling that tie, getting to that single leg. If he can hang on to it, he's driving on that single, but Watkins does a nice job of fighting that leg back down, getting to back to neutral position. So 0-0 after one period. Exciting first period.
So far, what we expected.
It is. Ashton Kapla really setting the tone of it, being much more active. He took like 2 or 3 shots there. So from that standpoint, at least, you know, if it was, you know, if stalling became an issue or something like that, we're going to say advantage Kapla at this point. But Watkins doing a nice job of maintaining his base, holding position, right, squaring up when they were in neutral and keeping Ashton from scoring. Off the mat they go, minute 40 left in the second period. Watkins again returns to bottom position. Kapla covers. Good drive off the whistle there by Kapla, breaking him down, but Watkins does a nice job of building base back up. Getting hips away, gets separation. Watkins gets his one. So Watkins scores first. Watkins seems to want to stay out there at arm's length. Ashton looking to tie wrists, circle some kind of tie, whether it's Russian or underhook. You've seen him in that underhook. I like that we see Ashton doing a little head fake, a little fake shot, but Watkins able to take advantage of that, pulls Ashton underneath, connects for 2. And now it's Watkins with a 3-0 lead. Watkins in control, 40 seconds left in the second period. Ashton Kapla looking to switch, coming around on that switch. He's got an angle, but Watkins able to cover. Back in control and breaks Ashton down. Connor, I know I'm going to sound a little biased here, but Ashton Kapla close to, if he can hip heist out of this, he might be able to come out on top, but no. Watkins does a nice job of just staying patient, following the hips, floating his hips over, and stays in control. As I was going to say, I'm going to sound a little biased here, but I really feel like Kapla was doing most of the work in that first period. But it's Watkins who continues to have the 3-0 lead as we head to the third. Watkins doing a nice job, seizing that opportunity when he can to score some points. Now with Watkins on top, we'll see if Ashton Kapla can get something going in the bottom position. It seemed like he was close to scoring there as he got off the whistle there and tried to separate his hips, but Watkins now with a bar on that right side. But builds base back up. Ashton Kapla back up to base, trying to sneak his hips out. He's close, but Watkins, we know, likes to ride this half Nelson from the knees. And there, Ashton takes a little, tries to wing that half a little bit. 1:20 left in the match. Watkins still riding tough on top. Comes to that claw ride, sneaks his hips out to the side there. Might look a little awkward. Looks like he's getting a little out of position, but with that claw or that half, you can sneak out there in front and run those knees. Now we're going to get a little blood time here. 1:09 left in this bout, and I just telling you, Connor, I'm surprised. Still a close match, 3-0, but I am surprised by it.
Yeah. Kapla hasn't put up any points yet. Trying to, after this blood time, trying to make a comeback here. But we knew this was going to be close. We didn't think Watkins was going to have so much control so far, but...
Agreed. But let's see if Ashton Kapla can get something going here in this remaining 70 seconds of the bout. Again, off the whistle, he's head and shoulders high and comes up, but Watkins able to cover and bring him back down to the mat. There's Watkins again, going to that claw ride, sneaking his hips and knees out to the front, but Ashton Kapla does a nice job of doing a short sit out of it so he can try to get back to some hand control and get some hip separation. Looking for his one. Ashton Kapla needing an escape and a takedown. He's close to his escape. Needs an escape and a takedown to tie this match. Push it to overtime. He is close to an escape, and he's going to get his one right there. We've got 30 seconds left in this match. 3-1 the score. If Ashton Kapla can connect on a takedown. There he looks for a little slide by. Now he takes a shot. Ashton Kapla on a leg. He's close. Watkins does a nice job getting that leg back. Watkins goes to a front corner Nelson. He's cranking. We got 10 seconds remaining. Watkins fighting off that single leg attack. Watkins coming around now. It's Watkins that turns the table and scores, making it 5-1. That's the way it's going to end. Wow. Heck of a match by Owen Watkins. Really, the difference was that he just stayed in good position and seized whatever opportunity he could.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the way Ashton came out and had good motion, really was setting the pace, but Owen Watkins really
And again, Watkins
proved himself there.
Yeah, again, Watkins only a freshman. So far having a great freshman season. This is another one to watch too. Ethan Eggert, incredible wrestler. Took 8th at the Bi-State, 3rd at the Marquette Challenge.
Yeah, it's nice to have Ethan down at a weight class. There's Ethan connects on that sweep single, and now he's still got a far elbow trapped, and he's got the leg turked underneath. He's going to lift that lower leg, and he's going to look for that bottom shoulder. He's going to try to crank him over for some back points here. And he is close. There he goes with that leg turk. You can see it, and there's the count. He's got a couple of swipes, so he's got at least 2. Unless it was
Garcia trying to stay in it.
There we've got the consecutive sweeps with the arm, and we know that he's going to collect. Looks like he's going to collect 3 now. Yep, the referee is holding 3. I'm surprised the referee awarded 3, but the reason I say that is because typically what happens is a pinning situation has to be resolved, all right, before you can award the points. Ethan, though, locks up a cradle, and he's close. Well, this is an awkward position. I don't know if he's going to be able to get both shoulders down just where Ethan, oh, now Ethan is coming back over the top. Now he's in a good spot. Ethan Eggert looking for a fall here at 113 pounds, and he gets it.
Eggert with a nice fall.
Ethan Eggert picking up a fall in 1 minute and 8 seconds?
That adds to Ethan's win column. Currently has the highest winning percentage of any wrestler on the team.
That's remarkable. Outstanding job by Ethan Eggert there. 30-19 the team score, and really, Connor, the difference so far has been those falls. Pulaski's been able to pick up, what do we see? Gibbons, Freeman, Wells, now Eggert. So 4 falls for the Red Raiders. Here we've got Nick Schumacher from BayPort and Colin Pratt for the Raiders. This is an interesting match as well.
This is an interesting.
Nick Schumacher having a nice season.
Yeah, 4th at the Fond du Lac invite. And then At that 120.
Yep. Not sure how he ended up at Bi-State, but I think he ended up placing at the Battle on the Bay, I think, which is a big tournament that BayPort hosts. Nice, tough tournament.
Yeah, Pratt's had a pretty good season so far.
Oh, a nice attack by Colin Pratt. He's down in that crackdown position. Schumacher locking in the crotch, hoping to maybe stalemate this out or sneak his hips around. Yeah, there he is, trying to scoot his hips around there. Schumacher did a nice job of beating the shoulder so that he can scoot his hips around, trying to hook. There he goes again. He's locking. He's going to try to step over that near leg. Colin Pratt at this point is really kind of hoping for a stalemate, and he gets it. And he gets it. Of course, the BayPort bench is thinking that stalemate came a little bit early, and maybe so. But interesting exchange so far. So good action here at 120 pounds in the early going. Mentioned the Battle on the Bay. It makes me think, the both of these teams do a really nice job. Both programs, I should. Oh, there's Schumacher in on a fireman's carry. Pratt does a nice job of fighting it off and and he turns it into his points right on the edge. Excellent job by Colin Pratt. It was a nice attack by Schumacher.
And Colin Pratt just deflected that attack.
Fought it off and did a little chain wrestling there and turned it into his points. Nice job. And so 2-0 here in the first period. But both of these programs do a nice job of seeking out tough competition. They put themselves in tough tournaments. They try to find tough non-conference dual meets. And there's a lesson that I learned long ago from Coach Joe Kine. Oh, and a nice mat return by Colin Pratt. And another. And that's the way the first period ends. But Coach Kine, legendary coach here at Pulaski, he just swore by that it's your level of competition. You got to go out and wrestle the best. You got to go find tough teams and tough tournaments. That's what sharpens the sword, if you will. All right? And both of these programs do that. As you can see, Battle on the Bay, tough tournament. Fond du Lac tournament's tough tournament. Bi-State Classic, Marquette Challenge for Pulaski. Pulaski winning the Marquette Challenge this year, first time in many years. But that's just one of the keys to this sport, folks. You got to wrestle tough people. You got to wrestle tough teams so that you can prove your mettle. And here we are in the second period. We started neutral. Colin Pratt close to a takedown there. He's got a little snap down action, but a little nervous about the way we're standing pretty tall. Both wrestlers, legs are straight, knees are not bent at all, and somebody could go for a ride here if we're not careful.
Very good bout so far at 120. Still 2-0.
There's Schumacher again going from that far arm, near leg kind of action, and changes off that single to a double. Beautiful technique by Schumacher, and he ties the score with that takedown. 2-2. Really nicely executed. Like to see that, where start with one attack, never, rarely does it stay the same. You get some sort of reaction from your opponent, and you have to change off, and Nick Schumacher did a nice job in that exchange. Now he throws the boot in that near side, and he's going to look for half Nelson on the far side. Pratt looking to dig that leg out, and off they go. Nick Schumacher likes to throw that leg in. BayPort, somewhat known for being a leg riding team.
Yes.
Their head coach, Brad Shevchuk, was a heck of a legger back when he wrestled for Luxembourg Casco in high school, and then he was an All-American for Parkside back in the day. And he would throw the boots in and crank people. That's the way the second period ends. We are tied at 2, folks. Nick Schumacher is going to assume the bottom position. Colin Pratt does a nice job of covering hips right away, goes far ankle, far knee, looks to get a leg turk, but Schumacher sneaks forward and defends that. Schumacher to his feet now and looking to turn in. And now looking just to, whoa, Schumacher giving a little hippy-dippy there. Was able to sneak his hips out and come around behind. And now Schumacher with a 4-2 lead on the strength of that reversal. Connor, this is Colin Pratt's first time down to 120 pounds, his first match at this weight class.
And I would say he's doing a pretty good job so far.
Yeah, sometimes that, if you're cutting a little weight, and hey, no excuses here, but that's tough, when you have to hold it over Christmas break and all the goodies that are out there.
I know I did not hold my weight over Christmas break.
Nor did I. Thank goodness I didn't have to weigh in tonight. But, credit to Colin Pratt making it down here, knowing that this is where his team needed him for this dual meet. And so his first time down to weight, sometimes that's a little bit of a tough adjustment when you've been cutting a little weight and you come out here. But so far, so good. I think he's been holding his own. He's been looking pretty good. 45 seconds left in the match. Nick Schumacher on top, on the mat and on the scoreboard, 4-2. Pratt looking to find hand control, trying to find a way to get up. Schumacher doing a nice job of covering and hovering with his hips. There's a warning on Pulaski. The referee wants to see Pratt doing something more there. Schumacher sneaks that boot in again. 15 seconds left. Oh, but Pratt doing a nice job of fighting that leg out. There's our stalemate. Fresh start with 11.4 in this match. Holy smokes, Connor. If Colin could pull a little reversal or a quick little escape and a snap and score, things might be different. Let's see what happens. Schumacher, though, does a nice job of covering. Oh, comes to the old Okie choke. Pratt trying to come around, grabs head. He's got the reversal. He's got two right on the buzzer. That's going to take it to overtime. Right on the buzzer. Colin Pratt finds two, brings them back to center. Now we're going to put a minute on the clock. And folks, this is sudden victory. Sudden victory. 1 minute on the clock. First wrestler to score is going to be determined the winner. Here they go. Things are getting intense now. Pratt looking to hand fight. Schumacher looking for a little over tie, slide by action. Both wrestlers staying up there in the collar tie position. Little inside tie. And there, Schumacher looks for that over tie, and there's Pratt looks for it. Pratt's got two. They're not going to end it here because he can still get the fall. Pratt can still get the fall, and that could end the match. We're at 20 seconds left. Pratt is going to win this match no matter what. He might get the fall right here, folks. If he can sneak his chest on top with 10 seconds left, he is close, and you see and hear the Pulaski faithful going nuts. Schumacher trying to make an adjustment. 3 seconds left. Pratt is going to win this match.
What a match! Colin Pratt.
2 seconds left in regulation. He sneaks out and finds points on the buzzer to force it to overtime, and then finds a way to drop Schumacher on his back to get the victory here at 120 pounds. What a showing. First time down to 120 for Colin Pratt, and that puts the Raiders up 33-19. What a match.
You know what? I think Colin Pratt might want to stay at 120 just for a little bit.
Seems like things are working out for him.
I think they're working out okay.
Wow. And I got to tell you, credit to Nick Schumacher, was wrestling a solid bout there.
Both wrestlers did a fantastic job in this one.
Wow. Well, that was a fun one. That brings us to 126 pounds. It looks like the Red Raiders are going to send Austin Rubicki out there.
On the mat right now, 126, wrestling for BayPort, Owen Knoll. For Pulaski,
Knoll wrestling
it'll be Austin Rubicki.
for BayPort.
Owen Knoll steps out for the Pirates.
10th at the Bi-State Classic for Knoll. Has had a great season. Second at the Fond du Lac invite.
He's been having a nice season, and holy smokes, he went to work right away, and within the first 10 seconds, found a takedown. Owen Knoll with the lead right away here at 126 pounds. Things are a little quiet there on the BayPort bench after that last match. Like we said, 33-19, the team score, with what do we got here? This match and 2 others left. Right, we started at 145 tonight, didn't we, Connor?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
It really has been a great night of wrestling so far. These two teams, both tough. It's going to be interesting to see them further down in the season, too.
Absolutely. So this dual meet still up for grabs. Pulaski with a 14-point lead, but 3 bouts remaining. Off the mat on the far side. 40 seconds left. Owen Knoll with the lead, 2-0 at 126 pounds. Oh, we've got some blood time here for Pulaski. Austin Rybicki, the sophomore. So you can see, Connor, that in the program, Austin listed at 132, and we had Colin Pratt also listed there. So you can see that there's been some shifting of weights, and recently to have Ashton Kapla sneak down to 106 for the bi-state, and Ethan Eggert sneak down to 113. So again, just some maneuvering, some strategizing by coaches, and we saw it in the other direction from BayPort tonight with Jacob Ward. As you pointed out, he had a heck of a showing at 145 at the bi-state, but they bumped him up to 160 tonight. And this is all part of, again, that chess match that goes on in dual meet wrestling.
And a lot of people don't think wrestling has a lot of strategy, but it is.
Believe you me.
A lot of mental.
Well, as we came out of that blood break, Owen Knoll showed the ref neutral. He wanted to just go ahead and get back up on her feet, so he gave the easy point and got back in on a leg right away and got a takedown. So 4-1 the score now. Owen Knoll really going to town. Owen Knoll looking good for the BayPort Pirates. Just under 7 seconds left in the first period. Fresh start back at center. Knoll's going to keep him here. Finish the period this way, I would think. And indeed, that's the way it works out. So Pulaski has choice. Austin decides to defer, and Owen Knoll is going to take the bottom position. Owen Knoll, the junior.
3-point difference so far. Rybicki's actually wrestled pretty solid so far. Knoll has had control.
Well, again, part of this game that's played in dual meet wrestling is there is Knoll getting his escape right away. 5-1 is I used to coach with Mr. Nickerson, and as he would say, when you go out there, you can't cough up the whole bucket, right? And there's a bucket of points, right? You don't want to cough up 6 points to the other team, and right now, Austin Rybicki's job is just to keep this thing close, wrestle hard, and not cough up a fall or bonus points. So when I say bonus points, we're talking major decision, tech fall. And if Austin Rybicki can get off the mat here with just giving up a regular decision, he's done his job for his team. Owen Knoll pouncing on that football front headlock, we call that, pulling him down to the mat. And now he's going to look to circle. Yeah, he goes hamstring and tries to come around, head in the hole, trying to come around behind, looking to score that takedown. Austin doing a nice job of continuing to face, keeping him at bay, but nope. Owen able to catch a little angle there and pick up his takedown. 7-1 right now, the score at 126. 45 seconds remaining in the second period. Owen Knoll content to work on top here. even though most of his points have come from neutral position. Now he's looking for, looks like he's trying to reel that near arm in and maybe go cross wrist, or just riding tough with tight waist and arm chop. Austin Rybicki trying to maintain position and doing a nice job of coming up to base, trying to keep his head off the mat. He might be overpowered, but he's not stalling. And then they go off the mat, 3.7. So Austin Rybicki doing a nice job. And again, it's all about what's your role right now. What's the job you have to do for your team? Fresh start and a quick finish. As we go into the third period, Austin Rybicki is going to choose neutral. I'm a little surprised by that, considering that that's where Owen Knoll has scored 6 of his 7 points. But who am I to judge?
Yeah.
Off the mat they go, and there's the stall warning, and it makes sense, right? You got to get off that railroad track, right? You got to get off the rails. You got to circle your feet and get your butt back to the center, right? Circle your butt back to center, and Owen Knoll just took Austin straight off the mat, and yeah, that's stalling. So now Owen Knoll in on a shot, 9-1. So he's got his major right now. Owen Knoll with a major at this point. If Austin can somehow fight that off. Now Knoll coming to an arm bar, but hey, Austin Rybicki doing a nice job getting hands back out in front. He's got to keep his wrists wide, not cough up a wrist. As you can see him doing there, he's really battling for position down there. Even though his head is on the mat, he's trying to maintain, pull his knees underneath, get back to good base. He is not stalling. I would hate to see a stall call here, even though the ref is kind of looking at it. And there it comes. I understand it, but the difference really was when Austin had his head on the mat. All right, Austin's been doing a nice job of building base, getting back up, just keep fighting. But right now it is actually wise for Austin to stay down there, because Knoll with a cross wrist is going to be looking for quick tilt. And now Knoll comes back with a hard cross face. 23 seconds left in the match. Rybicki trying to build base. That one, I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with that call. But just as Rybicki built base, came back up, he got dinged for stalling. 11-1 the score. Less than 10 seconds. It should end this way. Should not be worse than a major decision. What do we got going there? We got to be careful with the sportsmanlike conduct, but didn't do it as anything flagrant. But Owen Knoll does a nice job, scores 11 points. 11-1 the score. Picks up 14 points. And now Pulaski has a 10-point lead on the team score, 33-23, with 2 bouts remaining. Connor, I got to say it. Austin Rybicki pretty much did his job.
Yeah, he did.
It would have been nice to save, that bonus point from the major decision, but truly he was outgunned. Owen Knoll, tough competitor.
Yes.
Tough guy to deal with there. And now you can see, again, a little bit of a move here with Connor Noyen. Now,
Mr. Manning, I'm a little bit biased because Connor Noyen was on the cross-country team with me. Very fast guy. Fourth runner on the varsity team, running about an 18:30 5K. So he's quick, but I also love to watch him wrestle. He's so aggressive. Another one of these hard workers on this Pulaski lineup.
So cross-country runner, we can assume that he's got some lungs on him here, so we don't have to worry about him getting tired, do we?
No.
He'll set a pace and maintain it throughout this whole bout, I'm sure.
And Noyen also comes from a long line of wrestlers.
Close to scoring there on the edge. A nice shot by Connor, snaking that single leg, but off the mat they go back to the center. You're right. Yes, definitely a wrestling family. Mom was a bruskie. She was a heck of a runner when she was in high school, Carly. And there's Connor snaking that takedown, a little go behind, a little snap down, go behind, and going to work here on top. A win by Connor Noyen ices the duel for Pulaski. Obviously a 10-point lead, 2 bouts remaining. Things would have to go south in a bad way for Pulaski to lose this dual meet. But Connor Noyen going to try to make sure that that doesn't happen as he works on top here at 132 pounds. Cross wrist. Oh, now he gives up the cross wrist. Close to getting reversed, though. A little hippy-dippy there on bottom. Now Connor with that cross wrist. Looking for tilt action. Nice job on bottom, clearing those hands, coming back to a quad pod position. But Connor Noyen just workmanlike on top, keeping the pressure on. There he's got that cross wrist again and drives him off the mat. We get a fresh start with 13.6 left in the first period. Connor Noyen with the lead, 2-0, 132 pounds. I believe this is Noah Kreischer on the mat for BayPort. I couldn't quite hear Mr. Nickerson.
I believe you are right, Mr. Manning.
Kreischer's going to have choice. He defers. Oh, looks like Connor lost a contact or something. So we'll take just a quick little timeout. Yeah, you know, they're disposable, Connor. You just throw them away, right? Who cares? No. He's got another set at home.
I have lost contacts before, Mr. Manning, and sometimes it's not fun. I once lost one contact while I was driving.
That's not good.
That's not very good. I mean, I just had to close one eye and then I'd see out of the other. And
what about in the middle of competition? Have you been in a tennis match or a cross-country meet?
Yes, at Sheboygan North, I actually did lose a contact while playing tennis after one of my serves.
Well, that seems like that would throw off your hand-eye coordination. Whoa! We got Connor Noyen gets an escape and takes a shot, and whoa! That's the kind of haymaker we got to watch out for here, because if BayPort would connect on one of those, whoo, the tide could turn. So Connor Noyen doing a nice job of maintaining good position, but you could see that Kreischer looking for the home run there to turn the tide. 5-0 score. A little caution here on top. It looks like Connor got a little antsy there with maybe the elbow, but now we've got a good start. Kreischer doing a nice job going to quad pod position and working his way up. Connor trying to get a little lift. Mat return, brings him back down. Cross wrist. Now he goes ball and chain. He's got cross wrist and he comes under the leg through the crotch for ball and chain, but relinquishes that. Now he's just riding. Doesn't have anything locked up with the arms right at this second. And there's a little breakdown. Now he's got him flat. Now he can kind of go to work on trying to turn Kreischer. So far, it's been a heck of a dual meet. A lot of action here. A lot of fun at the Fred Kessley Fieldhouse tonight, which we expected when these two teams get together. Lots of fireworks.
It's always going to be a barn burner.
Connor Noyen doing a nice job of just pressuring back over. He's got a nice ride. Looks like he's got an arm bar locked up on the right side. He does. He's trying to run it. Probably doesn't usually work an arm bar on that side, but trying to make it work. 20 seconds. He is close to getting a turn. He is really close, and there he's getting a count. 17 seconds, and that's gonna be a potentially dangerous right there, maybe even illegal. It is illegal. What happened was on that arm bar, the hand, Connor's hand and fist need to stay in the center of the back, and you saw Connor the way it snuck up there on the shoulder. That puts just a terrible bind on an opponent's shoulder joint, and so that is sometimes potentially dangerous. If the pressure was going over like it was, he had to call it an illegal hold. Now, the unfortunate part of that is Connor had a couple swipes. I thought he had back points already locked up, but couldn't score them because it was believed to be an illegal hold. We go into the third period, and Kreischer chooses neutral, and I'll tell you why, because of that right there. That's what Kreischer wants. He wants to find the haymaker, and he's got the headlock locked up, but Noya does a beautiful job of fighting it off. Kreischer had a good bite there. It was close. You saw Connor's feet land, and oh my golly, he almost got his hips turned, but he was able to square his hips down, pop his head out, and take control. So it's Connor Noyen in the lead 7-1, but to Connor Heesen, I say that you can see that's what Kreischer is looking for. That's his hope in this match right now to
take
win
some
it.
Points away from Noyen.
Exactly. If he could find a haymaker and lock it up, Pulaski's going to be perfectly content for their wrestler to stay on top and just grind out a victory right here. No crazy risks, no crazy moves. Keep arms behind arms and hips behind hips and ride it out. We've got less than a minute in this 132-pound bout. We don't want to get high. We just want to stay riding and maybe break the BayPort wrestler flat. Kreischer doing a nice job of just maintaining base and trying to find something. You can see him looking for some sort of hand control. Gives a little hip bump there, a little hip check, maybe find a little roll. He's looking for something. Again, Pulaski coach is telling Connor Noyen to stay in control, stay patient, just keep riding. Just pressure on top, bust him down, find a cross wrist. There he goes with a nice chop and knee up the butt. Trying to keep him down on the mat. 20 seconds left in the match. Noyen in control. 10 seconds.
Technique shown by Noyen.
Yeah, good patience. Really, really nice job fighting off that headlock. That could have been lethal. This is the way the bout's going to end. 7-1 for Connor Noyen. Pushes Pulaski's score to 36. BayPort 23. And we're going to have one more bout as we head to 138. But hats off to Connor Noyen on a nice, solid win, and that's going to ice the duel for the Red Raiders.
This was a close one, though. That's for sure. BayPort started off hot in this duel, too. They were up 10-6. Then Pulaski just started going on a streak.
Well, really, as we said in dual meet wrestling, it's a matter of where can you get those bonus points and where can you stave off bonus points. Pulaski went on that run, started with Trenton Gibbons getting a fall at 182. Will Freeman fall at 195. Mason Wells fall at 220. Oh, Pulaski had to cough up 6. Uh-oh. What do we got going here? Unsportsmanlike. What happened here? I looked away for a moment. And apparently we had a little extracurricular from the BayPort wrestler. 1 point is awarded to Ryan Freeward. I don't know if there was a little shove, maybe things got a little emotional there. I don't know. But things have settled down and we're back to wrestling here at 138. Off the mat we go. Oh, check that. I think that was the other way around from what I reported. It was Ryan Freeward who got a little physical, and it was the BayPort wrestler that was awarded a penalty point. So, Ryan Freeward just, I'm sure, a little wound up and excited about picking up a dual meet win for the Red Raiders, but we've got to keep it under control and just wrestle your match. So 1-0 the score here at 138. BayPort with the lead. Freeward now looking for that Russian tie. Little pole driver, we like to call that. Real close to connecting on a single leg, but off the mat they go. Fresh start with 32 seconds left. Now an attack by the BayPort wrestler and single leg, but Freeman able to snake his hips around behind, beat the shoulder, picked up the takedown, 2-1, and there's a nice mat return by Freeman. Freeman doing a nice job here working him, and that's the way this first period's going to end. Unnecessary roughness again. So Ryan Freeman has got to keep things in check right here. He's just being a little too aggressive. It happened right at the beginning of the first period and right at the end. He's coughed up 2 penalty points from unnecessary roughness and or unsportsmanlike conduct. We've just got to keep it together. Just wrestle a solid match here. BayPort with the escape. And off the mat they go. BayPort doing a nice job of finding an angle and coming close to snaking a takedown on the edge. I believe this is this Ethan Farley? Is that who we have for BayPort? I better check the weigh-in sheet. Yeah, I believe it is Ethan Farley for the Pirates. Close to a takedown again. Yep, it is Ethan Farley. Back to center. Pretty evenly matched bout so far. 3-2 in favor of Farley. Just trying to figure each other out here. Stalking. Now trying to find some sort of control. Freeman with that hard collar on the right side. Freeman with collar trying to pull it down to a football front headlock. He does. Little pull there, but Farley able to come out of it. Both wrestlers doing a pretty nice job of just keeping the action moving forward. Farley looks for a lateral drop. He connects on it. He's got Freeman in trouble, and there's the fall. Whoa. Things went south in a hurry there for Pulaski as Ethan Farley ends up in an over-under position and just goes ahead and yanks a lateral drop, throws Ryan Freeman to the mat, and made quick work of it at 138. However,
Pulaski takes the win.
They take the win 36-29, and Connor, it was a heck of a duel.
It was. We expected this coming in, though, that this was going to be a barn burner. Emotional finish there, but not enough for BayPort to get the win. Pulaski, this is going to look good on Pulaski's resume right here going forward. Great dual meet for them.
Absolutely. As we talked about throughout the broadcast here and there, that, I mentioned a month ago I would have said Pulaski would win this duel hands down. But there were some moves, there were some changes. BayPort put together a pretty nice lineup and actually beat Pulaski at the bi-state invite over Christmas break.
And Pulaski gets their revenge a little bit.
They do. So some interesting moves from weight classes and strategy there. But it all worked out for the Red Raiders tonight. Again, as we said, they win 36-29 and now are in the driver's seat for that conference championship.
Yes. Now, to conclude tonight, Mr. Manning, I'd like to thank a lot of our crew for all the work they've done tonight. Gracia Valdez, our technical director, Evie Miller, our sideline director, and all of you viewers for watching in, tuning in to this exciting night of wrestling. And thank you to you, Mr. Manning, for broadcasting with me. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely a joy. Lots of fun, great duel, and wonderful camaraderie here in the booth.
Yes. I'm Connor Heason, and I'm signing off.